I put my 12-year-old daughter on here to test last weekend, and the thing she did was just stick the chair up in the ceiling fan. That was a pretty good one, actually. So you can see the physics engine is very good. The ceiling fan blades are fully modeled as collision hulls. Again, you can upload all this stuff yourself. And it's just a totally amazing. Show us the tilt maze. Show us here's a little thing we made. Now, the sandbox server, where's the ball? Come on, Chris.
You might just drop it, Chris.
Oh, that one has a little magic ball. There's a little script that remakes the ball if you lose it. So, I mean, we haven't even begun to discover what even the simplest physical behaviors, how entertaining and amazing those are going to be. Part of our goal here with Sandbox is to give people a living workspace where they can start playing and building things like what Jasmine was doing there. Incredible. I can still remember doing this with the Hydra at 20 frames per second when we first got our stuff running. There's lights in here. Obviously, there's sounds on everything. I said that there. The cuckoo clock just chimed. That's one of the scripted objects in here.
Do you want to grab something to import?
Yeah. So the next thing we can show you is, lest you believe that we're just doing something with little squares and blocks. Stephen is actually going to go to Sketchfab, and he's going to download something from Sketchfab as a mesh file.
Is the camera a third character?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, it is. The camera is a third character. Yeah. Feel free to ask questions too about it if they're relevant. If something's confusing. So, the Sandbox server obviously just comes preloaded with the content you see here. So when you download it and fire it up, it has all this content. But obviously, as we're showing you, you can delete this room, the whole house, and just start uploading stuff. So what Steven's going to do right now is literally drag and drop that mesh into here. It gets put into what we call the asset server, which is another one of those small servers that comes with your Sandbox. And then he's going to be able to add it to the world, walk over there. It's kind of small right now, but he's going to go over closer to it so you can see it. Now what's really cool, all the objects in High Fidelity are entities, and they have properties. As a programmer using JavaScript, you can create the entities, move them around, change all these properties. What Steven is doing right now is resizing this little trailer that you saw that he imported, and he's giving it some gravity, and he's making it dynamic so it'll move, and then I think he's going to make it like grabbable, right? And that's going to let Chris drop his desk board here and walk up and actually grab the thing. You can see there's two kinds of grabbing. This is another fun thing just in terms of the amazing challenges of open world UX design. We can grab things with our hands by pointing at a distance, kind of spiking them with the laser beam and then pulling them to us, which you've seen them doing a bunch. We can also grab things conventionally just by putting your hand on them so that you can pick them up and rotate them. And all of this works perfectly, as you're seeing right here. Now, there are 3 or 4 people there. There's our favorite book, everybody. Zoom in on that. Go up really close. You can actually see again, all this is streamable content, so that has a very high resolution texture on the back. I think, show us the back, Kaylin. I think you can read the back of that. I think you can read the raving Ernest Cline love reviews on the back. But yeah, I mean, everything, I mean, you're going to be able to create absolutely to your wildest dreams in here. I mean, we really think that this is a pretty full feature set. Now, there's just 4 of us in here. Again, you can just email this link to a friend, hopefully today, and bring them in and see how it works. But you can there are also many more servers that we can go to that are very large spaces, and hopefully larger and larger as the days go on. So back on the wall, yeah, hey Chris, waving goodbye. On the wall back there, you can see a little sign for the Playa. This is just a test space that we have up right now. We've had it up for a while. Some of our alpha users have been helping us add to it. And he can basically sort of bring up this address bar. We're going to a slightly different place in there than the original Playa. But he just types stacks, which is a location in that server. And then with a little luck, we're on the internet. Talk about crazy demos. Show Network has always conspired to defeat us here. But so that's live streaming coming in from San Francisco. And you can see our homage to Ready Player One right here. In the distance, way off in different directions, we have different projects people are working on. And I think if Steven flies over like kind of to the center area. If you try this out and you come into Playa, you're going to show up in here. A number of people have been coming in since we did the press announcement this morning at press event. And so if we come down here, this is where new people are coming in.
Yeah, it is.
So you can hear everybody. Can we get
I
a,
really think it was textures optimization.
can we get a tell everybody? Hello, hi Fidelity. Hello. That's cool.
Over there.
That is so cool. Thanks, you guys. Everybody's been sitting. I think so. We got a bunch of people from work, and I see a blue person in the back there. That's probably somebody new coming in. But pretty amazing, right? That's the public space called the Playa. And of course, you'll be putting up public spaces like these that people will be gathering in. The point here is, editing is everything. That we're going to, watch this space in the weeks to come, and you're going to start seeing people building amazing new things in here. In fact, one of the things that I'll mention in a moment that we're doing this weekend, we're having a hackathon. So along with these release announcements, our first event is to invite a bunch of people. We've got, I think, somewhere between like 60 and 100 people coming to San Francisco to join us at the Upload Collective, where we're going to do a hackathon event this weekend, and we're going to just have people building things in here. We're going to feature in the Playa some of the most amazing stuff that people build. We're going to give away a bunch of vibes. If anybody's a content developer or a developer and you have any interest in participating in that, if you track us down at the booth or outside of here, we can see if we can get you into the event if you'd like to. But that's an example of a big public server. As we move our technology forward, we'll be scaling the capacity of these machines from the sort of dozens of people that you see now to hundreds and then thousands. We have our fundamental architecture, as some of you have heard in my prior presentations, is designed to do that. But we're really excited with what we've gotten out today. And that was a remarkably, come on, that was a pretty good demo. Logo. We gave you the live demo there. We didn't have to show you the video. So just retouching the features a little bit, and then save time to jump into some questions if we can. There's a low latency 3D audio mixer. Doing 3D audio for both you and for sound effects is a considerable problem. You have to do some of the HRTF related stuff basically on a server so that you can mix together when all those people shouted at me at the same time. They were all being processed to come from the correct apparent locations, but I was only getting one audio stream. That's a pretty unique piece of technology. It's one of the amazing things that we've done in this engine that is open source that you can download. It's a very fast HRTF. It's an amazing sounding one, so it's some very good work there. The live editing tools you saw, you can basically manipulate with both hand controllers and with the mouse the content that you've got in the world. The JavaScript API didn't really touch much on that. Very comprehensive, building things, making sounds, applying velocities to things, resetting object properties. You can create all kinds of complex emergent behaviors. Hopefully pretty much everything you'd need to sort of go into a shared space and start, and as a script, make programmatic things. Distributed physics, you definitely saw a bunch of that. This problem of having multiple things colliding with each other with multiple people looking at them is a considerable problem. Physically based rendering, we're using a physically based rendering model, very rich, so you can have very beautiful materials that you can bring directly in from other environments. You can use any avatar. We're uploading avatars from standard mesh files and skeletons. You can use things like the mix and those fuse pipeline, but you can also just use avatars directly as skeletal model files. You can directly upload OBJ and FBX. You saw that, Stephen did it. This means that you can bring a lot of things out of Unity sets if you'd like to the extent that you can export things to FBX from Unity. You can take some of the spaces that you've been creating in Unity and just literally bring them onto a server right now. And all of this is free and under the Apache 2 license. So, pretty cool. Some of the first, what are people going to do with this? I hope a lot. We just showed you kind of building and exploring, just being able to put up your own space or do the science experiment or do the psychology experiment, thinking of one of our advisors, Jeremy Balinson, who's been using high fidelity in that regard. Setting up the kind of experimental things that we've all been doing with systems like Unity today, doing those things as a shared experience should now be hopefully as straightforward using high fidelity. So I think we're going to see a lot of stuff happen. Distance education, we've talked about it and demonstrated it before. I continue to believe, I mean, now that we're all starting to get these headsets, that putting these headsets on people and teaching them things in shared environments is going to be an unbelievable use case. And I think that hopefully high fidelity can be a great system for that. And then of course, live events, which, you know, things like this are going to become wonderful events. So that's pretty much it. It's there, it's available to download today. As I said, the hackathon is this weekend, and please come and find any of us so we can help you out if you have any interest in doing that, and I'd be glad to take some questions.
Yeah, unfortunately, just one.
One question.
Bruce.
We're up against it. We can do one question here.
Okay,
So take
one
a break.
question. Yes, sir.
I really like to have my own face instead of avatar. Can I just upload my passport picture and become my avatar, or some feature you want to?
So the question is, can you have your own face? Well, obviously, those two high-resolution avatars that we showed you are avatars that were scanned with one of our partners, XX Array, down in Los Angeles. They use a very large system of about 100 cameras that shoots you all at once. However, there are a bunch of great products on the market that do allow you to go from a 2D photograph. I've not seen as many systems I've been delighted with from that sparse a data set, but there are a number of systems that let you shoot a number of pictures with a standard camera and then bring those into a mesh, and that you absolutely can take that mesh and bring it in as an avatar. With a little work today. This is all beta. You'll find lots of bugs. Please share the bugs you find with us. And anyway, thank you very much for having me. Thanks, you guys.